Welcome to literally whatever. Episode 66.
Exactly.
Um,
Huh.
Denton Walker here.
It's Cam Moen. Actually, my name is now Sheev Moen.
Sheev, why did you settle on Sheev? Where
Because
you
it's episode 66. I want to be as cool as him.
as the Emperor? I
Yeah.
think he's the least coolest person in Star Wars. He's had a lot of hang-ups, like galactic peace and whatnot. I don't know. Well, thanks, Sheev, for coming. And
Yeah, no problem.
while we're thanking a bunch of guests, Michael Howes is in the house, friend of the show and composer.
Hello, gentlemen. It's been a while. Thanks for having me back.
Anytime,
It's good to be back.
sir.
Oh, it's a pleasure, and I can already tell this is gonna go great. But anyway, yeah, the three ways oversee internet talk. Perfect. I'm sure we won't plot over each other, but let's not focus on the negative. Let's focus on the positive.
We're here, and we're recording, and we're, I guess, I wouldn't say celebrating, but this is an anniversary for us.
It is. I'm glad I just agreed for no reason. Just like, yep, you're right. Fuck. But yes, the 1 year anniversary of our little excursion to Orlando, Florida for one Star Wars celebration.
That's true.
Unbelievable. 1 year, guys.
I know. It's crazy. Before we get into all this, though, there's a couple things off the top we gotta knock out of here.
Some fucking bullshit. Let's get it out of the way.
Okay, first things first. There's a new hot track.
The hot tracks. I'm sorry, I'm like adding nothing. I'm just like, listen to me talk. I'm just saying things. Apologies.
Lay it on us.
Right. Well, like I mentioned last episode, anytime there's a hot track, this week's track is hot. It was Ghost finally released a new track off their upcoming album, which I love the title of it.
Ooh.
It's because the album is called Prequel, just spelt fancy.
I love the way it
Fancy.
looks. It's fantastic.
Yeah. But they released the song Rats, and it's very catchy. And it's got a hilarious
quite.
video.
Yeah,
Very
it's like-
catchy.
I love the name of the song Rats. It's either about vermin, which that's what it is, or it's a 50s person who had something unfortunate happen to him, like, oh, rats. But yeah, hot track on there. The video is weird because I don't know. It's like if I'd give Ghost a genre, it would be Halloween core. They're just, like
Yeah.
they got an old school feel, but it's like I don't know. Yeah. Then they have all like these weird. They have like weird, like contemporary dancers and stuff in it. It's
Well, that's
don't
what's
know.
so funny about it. He's just like dancing like a goof all over the place.
Well, before you get into his dancing, you have to comment on Papa's new look for this
Oh.
album.
He's not even a papa yet.
It's
He's-
pre-Papa.
Yeah, the character's name is Cardinal Copia, which apparently in Swedish
God.
copia means mistake. So
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be a play on words like cornucopia, like whatever that. I don't think that means like a lot of something. I don't know what a cornucopia means. Just heard the term.
I thought that was the thing you put on your table at Thanksgiving.
No, that's a turkey, Michael. Stay focused.
I'm thinking of that giant loom thing, thing you see
No,
on the cartoons and on your underwear.
No, you're right. I think you're right. Horn of Plenty, cornucopia, whatever.
I just wanted you to say Horn of Plenty. That was my whole gambit. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Your whole gambit. Wow. How long were you? How long was this little waiting game supposed to take place? Like, I'll get him to say it. It's just been planning it since when the whole. It's like, hey, Mike, you want to come on? It's like, yeah. I've got this devious little trick I'm going to play where I'll make Denton say "Horn of Plenty" like an asshole.
that was the whole trick. Yeah.
Came up 2 minutes in.
Anyways, sorry to digress from the hot track. It's a hot fantastic.
Track. It's going on the list.
Yeah. Sure. Cam sent that to me. It definitely brightened my day to see Ghost's new single. The very busy dancers.
I know.
It was just so weird. It was like I'm not. Oh, sorry.
Oh, there's like GIFs from that video and stuff now. It's funny.
Nice. It's like, yeah, I don't really follow Ghost, so I didn't like the only I watched Square Hammer today. It's just a good song. I like that song, and then the other one, what was that first one you showed me where it's like a late night show from the 70s and they're just all
yeah, for Secular Haze. Yeah, that was the first video of theirs I saw too.
That was a great video. Just I have a feeling Ghost are a bunch of like weird dudes, kind of nerdy. Like, I don't know, it just it's very like I felt if we made a music video it'd be in similar veins, just like, hey, let's have some dancing. We know people who dance. Let's put that shit in there. It's like, okay.
We got a guy who can do karate. Let's get him in the background.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, yep. You use the tools at your disposal.
Sure.
So let's did that not come through?
All I heard was use the tool.
Yeah, that's
silence.
what I heard too. All right.
Well, at your disposal, but great, new hot track to check out. So we've got Duran Duran, Ghost, a little bit of Ozzy.
It's really coming together.
The shuffle on that's got to be so weird. It'll just be like your Ghost with its organs and guitar licks and stuff like that, and then just like the girls down in Rio. Da, 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 da.
Well, speaking of, it's time for Duran Duran update.
Yes. Perfect.
My favorite new segment.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not really so much an update as I went and saw Ready Player One, and there were Duran Duran references. And I was
like, there's a few.
Not?
Okay, yeah.
Well,
oddly enough, none of their music is in the movie. They just get referenced like a bunch.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I'm in an interesting position where this isn't usually the case. I've actually read that novel and not seen the movie.
Oh,
really?
Yes. First time in my life I can say that.
Wow, I've heard it's pretty different though.
Yeah,
that's what I've also heard. Yes, but even if it was shot for shot, I still don't really see how the movie could have been that enjoyable. If I'm being perfectly frank.
I see. The thing is, something like that seems to scream for it to be a movie where you have all these references and stuff like that. Like, I can't picture it in a book. Like, oh, and then Terminator came. He was there. I don't.
You're not far off the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
The entire story. Well, if you can call it a story, it's the most basic love story you could imagine. But it's a reference to late 70s, early 80s pop culture every second sentence. So it just feels like filler. And the whole time you're thinking, there's no way they could fit this all into a movie. This is just ridiculous. It's more suited to like a
Well-
video game than anything.
Well,
Right.
it basically is a video game.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what it's. Yeah, that's what it's like based off of. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Lots of mixed reviews. I've heard anywhere from it's all right to it. Like I read this one review, which I don't normally do, but it's like this is complete fucking shit, more or less. It literally calls it a pile of garbage, but I think it's basically
It's a pile.
yeah, yeah, it's a pile. But yeah, it's basically bashing on nerds. It's like, you know who sucks? People who like things. Grow up. Just, it's like, holy shit.
There's one pretty good sequence in that movie. There's a couple, I guess, but there's one that's really cool. I was like,
Right.
man, this is awesome. Can't believe this is happening.
Oh,
So that-
sweet.
And so that sequence was like sweet. And then a lot of the movie is just sort of like feels really just empty.
Yeah.
It's mostly like it's just like here no South Park did it better with Imagination Land.
That's a good point. I actually just watched that episode not too long ago. And yeah.
That's what I can say about it. I'm like, oh, this is just Imagination Land, kind of a different plot, but South Park did it way better.
Well, because it's probably poking fun at it a lot more, not just like, oh, here's some shit, and then the plot happens around the here's some shit stuff. There's a third review. I overheard a guy at a mall talking about it. He was
That's the best source for a review ever.
Yeah.
it was funny. It made me go, what the fuck? He was telling this girl, I'll see you later. I want to go watch Ready Player One. I've already seen it 3 times. So apparently
Wow.
it's really
Ooh.
fucking good. I haven't seen it yet. I was supposed to see it today, but
I think,
can't. Yeah. Anyway,
whoa, me? What?
I'm not blaming you. It's just we were gonna like, the plan was kind of to double up today and like, we'll do the review and Mike today, but then Cam was like, no, let's not do that. And I was kind of like, okay, good. I don't have to leave the house today. I have to go see Ready Player One. So it all worked out great.
Perfect.
Uh,
But
Yeah.
the only other thing I'd have to say about it is, Ben Mendelsohn is in the movie, and the whole time,
right.
and so the whole time I was just wishing his avatar was actually Krennic.
Well, I've like the one review I read, like the one that's like fuck nerds, was like it's like he was still just, it's like Ben Mendelsohn was just acting like Krennic some more.
Yeah, a
So I'm
little
like,
bit,
oh, maybe I'll like
a
it.
little bit,
Yeah.
with less of an accent.
Less.
Well, I
of it?
guess.
Is he like, going
Yeah,
American?
he was doing American. I guess he's from Australia.
Yeah, he, like really Australian. I heard him like doing interviews. Like I was waiting for him to say cunt the entire time. I was like, holy shit, this guy's super Aussie.
It would have been so smooth you wouldn't
Yeah.
have noticed.
Well, it's like, you look at him swearing.
It sounds like butter down here with the proper accent. I'm just blowing up
I don't know.
Denton's brain with that comment.
Yeah,
Sorry.
weird.
No, it's like, I don't know about like butter. It's still like abrasive, but it's just like, I don't know. It's way more their language. Like that cunt is I'm gonna say Australia. holds the rights to that. If everybody had one word, that's theirs. Ours is sorry.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
yeah. So and, so you didn't like the book? It was because I've heard the book is actually quite good.
Well, I guess maybe I overstepped a little bit. I didn't hate the book. I guess I'd say I don't think I'd ever read it again, and I didn't feel that excited while reading it. It was just interesting enough to make me want to keep going. What else will this talk about? What other what other interesting thing will I go? Exactly. It's like, what else will I remember? And there was some pretty fun stuff. Like, I think at the time I was really into my my NES games, or I was playing a lot of emulator when I read it. So there was a lot of references to old games I was playing that I thought was quite neat. But then playing that, I thought, nobody outside of 50 people are going to give two shits about this reference. So how is this going to be a movie?
Should reference Jugalos. That'll get him in. Oh, young Michael will love the book that talks about NES and Juggalos.
Hey, yes, grade 7, I did like Juggalos. I bought the Great Milenko, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
You made me listen to that album.
I did.
What do you do? Lock you in his room and like, you're not coming out till you listen to this, Cam. Cam's trying to panic. He's like trying to go through windows, starts punching through the door and stuff like that.
I think when I forced Cam to do that, I was still trying to win Cam over as a friend because
wow, that was a gambit, wasn't it?
Well,
Speaking of gambits,
it was at that time when I was seated with my new desk mate, Evan Dope, who I knew was good friends with Cam. And Evan Dope introduced me to ICP. So I figured, if Evan likes this and I like this, Cam's really going to like
smokes. That's new.
This is a whole trail of throwing people under the bus for liking Insane Clown Posse. We'll have to get Evan on here to see who told him about Insane Clown Posse, and he can be like, no, I didn't really like them. I liked them.
I'll admit that.
Fair enough. No, you did. That wasn't to throw you under the bus. I just wanted to say Juggalo. I like saying that.
I believe my grade 8 school photo, I'm wearing a Great Milenko t-shirt, and I have dyed, spiked red frosted
tips. You were
tips.
just shy of, you just needed the makeup.
Yeah.
Kind of like a young Guy Fieri, if I remember that picture correctly.
Kind of, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, this is clown money.
Triple D and ICP, we're hitting the road to the Juggalo's favorite spot to eat. The dark restaurante, or whatever. I don't know. Fucking.
Gonna get me some Faygo orange soda from the corner.
Right. They sell that at a grocery store I frequent. They sell Faygo.
Really?
Oh yeah, all sorts of flavors.
I've never seen it
I haven't
before.
seen it ever.
I've only heard of it.
Well, it's true. All of it. It exists. Lots of flavors. Moon Mist, their 7-Up ripoff.
Moon Mist, I love that name so much.
That's a good title.
Yes. The rest are pretty bland name. They're just like, it's like cola. Yeah, the rest are just the flavors, but then they're like, well, what can we call this? Citrus drink isn't good enough. Moon Mist. Boom. You got it. Nice. Nice work.
It's almost one of George Costanza's many moods, except his is Morning Mist.
That's right. Very different, but they both sound refreshing. That's for sure. Well.
So anyways, back to Ready Player One.
Duran Duran update.
Right.
And a little bit of ICP update. And by update, I mean it's just kind of talking about them. So.
Well, I'm hoping that the next hot track of the week is going to be an ICP track, boys.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
I mean, I would say throw Miracles on there, but that's just me because that's always a good laugh.
You can
But
only do that song with the video, though.
that's what. Yeah, the video definitely adds to it. I still think the lyrics are funny enough where it's like, I went to Frisco Bay, I saw a pelican, it flew away. No, as I saw a pelican at
Genius.
Frisco Bay, it ate my cell phone and flew away. That is a miracle. That kind of actually is one. How did that all happen?
That's incredible.
How did I even have a cell phone? What is a cell phone?
I feel when a bird eats your fucking cell phone, that's the question you ask yourself. Did I even have one? Because I can't even make sense of how this all happened. Did that bird just... Was I using a fish the whole time and the pelican ate the fish and flew away? Or is this a robot pelican that eats phones?
None of it makes
sense.
None of it makes any sense. Not even a scientist is going to be able to help me out here.
They can't even get magnets down. I mean, how are they going to get this? So, and I don't trust scientists. They be getting me pissed.
Miracles.
Well,
Miracles.
Next topic. No. Well,
I think Cam has to
let's,
finish his Duran Duran update. I'm
He said
over
it-
here anxious.
I finished most of it.
Yeah.
The only tag I would put on the end is that I was in a store today. I was in Cherry Bomb Toys downtown Victoria. Cool little shop.
Ooh.
And
Oh, Lucas trying to get some free shit.
no.
Make sure to
I mean,
like
no-
and subscribe.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
subscribe. Check out their Facebook page.
You should.
No, I was in there, and what song happened to be playing? Ordinary World.
There you go.
Ooh.
It's the thing. It's kind of just turning into Duran Duran sightings where Cam listens to Duran Duran. Great in this one store, Cherry Bomb Toys got some great Duran Duran on in there. Well, Duran Duran.
I
it
think a
makes
lot
world
of the
go round.
time they just rock the like some new wave playlist or something because I hear a lot of that stuff in there.
Nice. It's
Oh, I saw recently on the Cherry Bomb Toys Facebook page a picture of, I'm assuming,
You're
the
not-
owner with Patrick Warburton.
I know.
woo.
Well, they were one of the big partners for the con, so
You went to the
Nice.
con, didn't you?
I did.
Nice. First annual, I believe.
That is true.
Yep.
How did you find the waiting in line compared to where we were a
Good
year ago?
segue.
Virtually none.
That would have been a beautiful
Oh.
sight.
I heard, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
oh,
Oh.
And that pretty much sums up our trip.
I was having flashbacks there for a second.
I know.
It
Thought
was,
you might.
it was a, yeah. It was a, I don't know. It was a time, a long time, but yes, lots of waiting, at the convention.
That
A lot of walking, a lot of
a lot
waiting.
of waiting, a lot of hearing that guy tell us to wait at
Yes.
that crosswalk on iDrive and Sand Lake.
Oh, he remembers the names. I remembered things by the restaurant we walked by.
Yeah. There's that ballin' McDonald's. Best McDonald's I've ever seen. I'm going to say that right now. It had like, there's like the restaurant and then just its own. Most places are just like, there's a ball pit, some shit. This one,
That was epic.
It's like, it was its
Yeah.
own thing. It was
That
like
was
a
epic.
separate compound.
I think the place that stood out most though was the Brazilian steakhouse.
Right.
That was
Yes,
one of my
sure
favorite
did.
anecdotes from the story. Maybe we'll have to dive into that later, but yes.
Well, I mean, we're not really going play by play. We can talk about it now if you want.
The whole trip was one. It was just a big mash of what happened.
I said it like about a week after we got home. I said it felt like I was there yesterday and not at all. Like it just is kind of surreal.
It
Just-
super was, yeah.
Well, I mean, to start it off, like when I don't know how your flights were, but mine was going to be delayed 8 hours until they sent me. Yeah, and I was like, well, I guess I'm fucking missing the opening ceremonies because you had to be in line pretty much the night before to get a seat to see all the Star Wars hoopla. And so they're like, well, you're going to be 8 hours late. I'm like, fuck. then And then they're like, well, we can get you on an Air Canada flight. So I'm like, perfect. It's like, it leaves in 5 minutes. It may as well have been. So I'm running down the concourse with like one other person, and neither of us really know where we're going because it's like the secret backstage of the airport.
wow.
Like it wasn't just because it's just a thing that links all the terminals. So yeah, we were busting through there, and this security guy, we had to fucking show our credential, like our passport and shit, when we were coming back in because we technically left foreign,
Oh.
or we were technically away, so we had to come back in and show all our stuff. Then the guy was telling us, what was I was gonna fly. What was that one airline that they drug that Chinese man off?
Was it Delta or
No,
United?
it wasn't Delta.
Was it United?
I think it was United.
Yeah.
United sounds familiar. Anyway, so I missed going on a lovely United flight. And the guy was telling me it was that on a United flight, they found a fucking scorpion on there. So
What
that,
the hell?
so I was like, well, it looks like I dodged a bullet at least going there.
True.
So then anyway, other shit happened. I got there like just in time, a little late, but yeah, it was a close call almost. But anyway, the point I was trying to make was it was a flight pretty much straight to sleeping on a concrete floor. It didn't even get some decompression time.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because we met you in the hotel lobby at like probably 10 or something that first night.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're in Orlando, Florida, and Denton arrives in a sweater and jeans.
Yeah.
So I was a little I was dressed for
Overdressed.
Canadian April. And I think even then it was a little like overkill, but I was like, fuck it, whatever.
That was such a
I
surreal
was-
day.
It was it was a weird day for me too. I didn't get like any sleep on the plane or anything. I had to my travel just made no sense for the first little bit because I had to fly. I went from Victoria, I took the ferry over to Vancouver, and I flew from Vancouver down to Seattle. And then, which I was like, that's so just weird.
Almost going
logistically,
backwards.
I know. And then Seattle straight to Orlando. And
Wow.
with no sleep in between there. And then when I got there, I had to wait like probably like 6 hours until the hotel room was ready.
Oh shit.
So I was
At that point,
yeah. It was like, oh
were you just like Were you just like sitting in the lobby for 6 hours, like staring at the desk, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, we can't let you in." You're just like, "Well, I guess I'm just gonna sit
Well,
here looking at you."
I went to Denny's. I ate at Denny's, and then I didn't know how long it was gonna take them. They said it would be like an hour or two or something like that. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go and eat and then come back and maybe
Sure.
it'll be ready. After Denny's, I go check and they're like, no, it's still not ready. I'm like, okay, all right, what do I do? So I just kind of left the hotel room. I like went to Walgreens. I'm like, I've never been into Walgreens before. So I went in there, bought like a bottle of water, and then I'm like, well, I guess I should figure out where the convention center is. So I just walked there.
Oh shit!
and and then I hung out there for a little. I was gonna try to get us lanyards,
Yeah, I remember
yes.
that.
but I had all my stuff with me too, so I didn't want to go through the thing just to get lanyards. So I just kind of like hung around there for a little bit. And just
looking at people.
Yeah, I was just looking at other people hanging around there. The people, the people who were there way early, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
So then I just walked back, and then I asked the guy. He's like, "It's still not ready yet." I'm like, okay.
Fuck.
So
And it's not a short. It's not a short walk either. Like
No.
that. Yeah. So that fucking blows.
It's a long walk in the heat to get back.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
quite a walk. But anyway, I got back, and then I told the guy at the desk, I'm like, I'm just gonna sit in the lobby. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, I might fall asleep. He's like, okay. I'm like, just wake me up when it's ready.
You should have been like, I'm probably gonna fall asleep, and he's like, okay, yeah, I have night terrors, and there's a good chance I could die, so you gotta watch. You really gotta watch out for me, man. I'm counting on you. My nurse isn't here yet.
Yeah, just keep watching out for me. Well, anyway, I was also there's this Irish couple who was having trouble with their room or something like that. There's a bunch of drama going on. And I was like, that's too bad.
Did you catch what they were saying? Like, oh, you fucking cunts, why don't you have a root? Irish can also say cunts, by the way. Sorry for people who don't like that word. That's just name the episode that. Cunt.
Visit Australia.
Yeah. Visit all the
Tourism poster.
Hey, are you a part of England that England kind of hates and has all its ne'er-do-wells live in? Say cunts a lot. From the Board of English Tourism. I don't know. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't really remember a whole lot what was going on with them, but then I did like sort of doze off a little bit, and then the guy called me and he's like, your room's ready. I'm like, oh my god, thank you. And he told me the like very weird directions how to get. They drew me a map.
Well, you needed it. It was a big space.
What? He drew. It's so funny. It's like I have to do like. Was it a really detailed map? Like he would have like kind of appendices like showing like shaded corners, like architectural drawings. Like you'll get to this corner, and
not that detailed.
No.
It's just like you go through the back door, you follow that sidewalk to that corner, and then you go straight, and then somewhere else, and then you're on the third floor.
I'm certain that if you guys weren't with me, I would have had to have one of them show me where it was. I was so fucking like I was just so wasted from the trip that not drunk, just so fatigued.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. I honestly listening to you guys getting there and then me getting there, it really was kismet that we all ended up at the same place at the appropriate time.
I know.
Well, I mean, as bad as our experiences were, I think somebody who had a trans-Pacific flight probably had the worst of it. My
Well,
opinion.
it may not be the worst of it, but it definitely adds another layer to this story.
Sure.
So while Denton was avoiding being drugged and beaten on a plane and running down a concourse, and Cameron
Well.
dying of lack of sleep in the hotel lobby, I had
Yeah.
just finished flying maybe 16 hours to get to LA. So my trip started with flying from Tasmania to Melbourne, Melbourne, sorry, which is a short, like 1 hour flight. From there, I caught a plane to Auckland, New Zealand, which is a 3.5 hour flight. And keep in mind, these are all international flights, so every time you stop, you have to go through customs and searched and declare everything that you've got, just to add to the fun. And then from
got
Auckland,
any vegetables, bro?
yeah, you got any veggies, mate?
Welcome to New Zealand, cunt. Just had to throw it in.
Actually,
Anyway.
when you end up at the New Zealand International Airport, they have sounds of sheep playing as you walk into the security. I'm dead serious. It's a giant mural of sheep along the wall. And it says, "Welcome to New Zealand."
And then there's a poster that just says rocks.
I mean, I can't believe that, like, they're still on the sheep thing. Did somebody tell them, like, listen, I know you've got Lord of the Rings, but we gotta stop riding its coattails. We gotta go back to our true selves. We raise sheep. It's like, no, Lord of the Rings forever. That's way more popular than sheep. Do that.
Well, the safety menu on the flight video was a Lord of the Rings theme starring Elijah Wood and orcs.
Holy shit. Very nice.
Yeah. But
Perfect.
yeah, so then from New Zealand, it was on the 12-hour overnight flight to Los Angeles, which I had to stay there for, I believe, a day and a half before I could fly out to Orlando, which I thought, oh, that'll be all right. It'll cure my jet lag and end up costing me a little less money flying on a different day.
Fair enough.
Sure.
So I picked a nice cheap Super 8 motel that was maybe 3 kilometers from the airport. So I thought, hey, it'd be super easy to get there and get back to the airport, no problem. Until I learned that the cab rides were like a $40 minimum to take
Brutal.
a cab 3 kilometers. So I said, fuck that. I'll just walk. How bad could that be? Well, in that like 30-degree heat and not sleeping for nearly 24 hours and 3 full suitcases of shit and walking on hot pavements until I finally got there, I was ready to die. By the time I got into this greasy Super 8 motel.
Oh god.
That's yeah. So cut a long story short, slept over there at a greasy place, caught another flight, so no sleep essentially, get into Orlando, run into my grandmother, who I haven't seen in years, who immediately wants to take me to a pizza buffet.
Yeah, that was weird.
You say run into like you just randomly met her, like, oh my god, grandma, what are you? I'm certain you
no
contact.
Yeah, no, I did. I did almost give her a heart attack running into her into the airport, though, which was a little bit fun. Sorry, grandma. So met up with her. She drove me to the hotel, and that's when we met up with young Cameron, who had just finished his long leg of the journey, and we proceeded to eat way too much pizza and then meet up with Denton.
Phone call. Yeah, I think your phone call like woke me up.
Oh,
I was just like, I just like heard the phone ring, and I'm like, what the hell?
Who's calling?
And then it
me?
was you, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then,
good news. Okay.
And then we walked over to the weird pizza buffet place with your grandmother.
CC's. That's what it was called. CC's Pizza Buffet.
And your grandma had a friend who couldn't walk on the sidewalk or something like that.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I forgot about that. She was also the woman who said, oh God, we were driving to look for the hotel and we passed the conference center, and she said, "Conference centre. What's centre mean?"
It's like,
I just couldn't comment.
Yeah.
Well, a sentry is like a person who guards things, but with a little more sass. It's a sentry, but a center is like the heart of something. Anyway.
Oh God, yeah. So long trip, but we got there.
It's true. So yeah, that pretty much brings us all together now at that point. After the weird pizza buffet thing.
Yeah, your fucking pizza buffet, by the way. Good old Denton didn't eat pizza buffet. Denton had about a coffee in him by the time he got to Orlando.
It wasn't too long after that you finally made it.
Yeah, it was pretty
No.
quick. We didn't wait around that long.
No, I'm sorry. I'm glad I didn't inconvenience you. But
then it was pretty much okay. We'll get back to our room so Denton can drop his stuff off, and then we'll go.
yes.
Let's go line up. And since none of us have seen each other, and well, I think last time
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
like-
Cam was Denton was
It's
more
2
recent
years.
than Cam did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I hadn't seen you, Mike, for like 2 years because you left
yeah.
like the April years before that, and then Denton
Yeah, and
a little bit longer.
I
So-
like that we
yeah.
haven't seen each other in 2 years, and you walk down the hotel lobby and it's like, "Hey, what's up? What's up?
I know.
Where's the room? This way.
What-
Cool."
What are you wearing a sweater for?
Yeah.
It was cold. It's cold back home.
So you see, showing Cam ICP way back then did pay off because we are still friends later on.
It's true. It's a bond. Juggalos are family.
Right.
Juggalos for life.
For sure.
Cameron is a juggalo by proxy. He knows a juggalo, and you're family, so you're sort of a juggalo. I don't know the science behind it.
Interesting turn of events.
Yes.
This is all news to me.
Well, accept it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what did we do? We just walked. We were so unprepared the first night.
Oh God, were we ever?
I don't even think I didn't bring a pillow that night.
No, I
No,
don't think
it
any of
was-
us did.
It's like I brought an empty backpack, and we're like, let's do this.
Well, the thing, like, I really just didn't get. It's like, oh, we have to stay overnight at the convention center, and it's not like I thought, oh, well, they'll have beds and pillows for us there. That'll be great. I was just like, okay, I just didn't fucking think about it, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
we have to sleep on a cement floor. This will be
Well,
uncomfortable.
It worked out well the first night because since we hadn't seen each other in so long, we talked the entire night through.
Yeah,
So
that whole 12 hours or however long it was just us talking about and like bullshitting about stuff.
yeah, I think we wrote a few reality shows about Denton running a Pawn Star security agency
we
or
did.
something.
We did create Con
Con Pawn.
What was the catchphrase from it again? I can't remember.
It was the con is on.
All right. God is on. Pod.
Yeah.
We tried in vain to like do not talk about dumb shit stuff, but like Mike brought out some cards and he just
Yeah.
shuffled it.
Well,
for like an hour.
I brought a deck of cards. I thought we could play something,
Yeah.
and then Mike just shuffled them
And I just shuffled
the whole night.
the whole night long until my fingers got sore. Because
Yeah.
I was watching too much Penn and Teller's You Don't Know Magic or whatever the fuck it's called on the flight over.
Yeah.
You don't know, man. What a great show. Just Penn and Teller being cocks about not. It's like, hey, you see this? And if they trick you, it's like, did we trick you? Then you don't know magic.
Oh god.
Because we were talking. I'm like, what did we segued into something? Like I was talking about something, and then you're like, oh yeah, I did it.
Oh,
it was because
right.
I had been watching
the
that magician show.
Masked Magician, yes.
The Masked Magician, whatever
Yes,
the actual show is called. I was so fucking pissed because it's like the tricks are either just a person fits into a small box or just a complete fucking lie. There's no rhyme or like there was no trick to it. Like it could be the trick could be 10 people walk out of the thing and told you, yeah, he totally made that elephant disappear. It would be as impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that because it just so happened that I had watched like all those episodes fairly recently too. I'm just like, oh, the Masked Magician.
Yeah. That's so funny. Just and then from that moment on, I knew we'd be friends.
Still.
Yeah, I knew we'd continue to be friends.
Reason for this friendship all along.
I mean, we are bonded by our love of magic. That's for certain.
It's true friendship. But yeah, well, we kind of just talked all night. I'm sure we annoyed everybody around us.
We couldn't not have. We were fucking all insane from sleep deprivation and just giddy, like, oh, we're Canadians in America. Look at us. And then on top of it, like you said, none of us had seen each other in 2 years or more. So it's like, oh, well, what have you been doing? Oh, this. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. I think we had some Pocky between the three of us. And that was our only snack.
Right.
So come the morning, I remember being quite famished after getting our wristbands finally.
Yeah. Wow, that was it was a night, man. We watched like 2 episodes of Seinfeld because you had them on your phone.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. We did. That was like if somebody had asked me, what's the ultimate version of a sleepover for a 29-year-old man? I'd be like, I just exactly what we did. Stay up for 12 hours, watch some Seinfeld, and eat junk food, and just talk shit.
While surrounded by thousands of other people.
Yeah. That was the unnerving part. I'd never slept amongst 1,000 other people before, like just in the same room. And, well, now I did. Cross that off the list.
It was a very big sleepover.
It was a huge sleepover.
Yeah. Other people, yeah.
Well, after that first night, I'm not going to try to jump ahead too much, but the following night was probably my favorite story of the entire trip, which still makes me laugh when I think about it.
I think I might know what it is.
Is it that couple from Carolina?
Well, that's probably up there. That's not the one I was thinking about. But
Okay.
well, we'll get into that one. But so we spent the first night. We went and got a few hours sleep and had to come back the next night slightly more prepared.
We didn't even
pillows.
talk about the reason why we were in the line.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that first. I'll save the story. It's good.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. So the first big sleepover night was the lineup for the 40th anniversary panel the next morning.
Yeah.
Which we didn't really even know what to expect from that. There's like people that were definitely going to show up, and then they're like, oh, we got some surprises. So that's basically why we were there.
Right.
In that line. Because we wanted to see that shit.
It was a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to, it's like, oh, remember, you know how everybody universally likes the original 3? Well, people from that are going to be there. So, of course, everybody wants to be there.
We were not let down.
Such a passive agreement. I don't know if it was the communications breaking up, but all I caught was Mike just going, just like, well, sorry, fuck. Anyway,
No.
It was a pretty epic panel, though.
It was very epic.
It was great.
And I liked that. I liked that it was mainly just like George Lucas is here, so let's just chat with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really like as much like people give George Lucas shit for pretty much going back and ruining everything they love. But I mean, it was interesting talking to him. I think the best point he made is well, Star Wars is a kids movie. I was just like, yes, fucking thank you. Like people are
exactly.
way too like they need a darker subplot. I feel that Luke would turn to the dark side and kill Han Solo. I feel that's just what would happen. That would make a more interesting story. It's like no, just fucking it's for kids. I love it to death. I'm immature, fine, but it's just supposed to be simple. You don't need all the other shit. Simple. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, aside from the incredible thing that happened in that panel, which was John Williams at the end.
Yeah.
With the,
Right.
The thing that was amazing. But one of my favorite things about that panel was just, of course, like Harrison Ford shows up too. So that was a big surprise.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing is George Lucas and Harrison Ford talking about constructing a door.
Yeah,
for
the
like,
carpentry.
for like 3 minutes. They're just talking about like this carpentry stuff that Harrison Ford was doing on like the set of American Graffiti or something like that.
And then low-key arguing about the details.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what happened, George. No, it didn't. I'm pretty sure it happened. Well, no.
He's like, it was really funny. Like, what is this what happening right now? What?
They're just talking about something that happened like decades ago that like nobody would be interested in. It's like I think that was a bifold door. No, you bifold doors are in a closet. It's not. The pretty sure it's a bifold door. I just liked how actually a couple people made jokes about Harrison Ford crashing his airplane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, haha, he almost died. That's funny. Would have ruined everything. But no, it was it was an awesome panel. There's just something like I don't know, like before that I would have been like panels whatever, but just something about seeing people live in the flesh. I don't know, there's like you see why people are movie stars. There's a charisma.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but yeah, the biggest surprise of that was the John Williams thing, because they did that great Carrie Fisher tribute, with her daughter, which I can't believe how she kept her composure.
Yeah, that was
it was insane. I'm like, holy shit, how is she not like so broken up and just she's like making jokes and stuff and like holy shit. No, she's gonna be a good actress.
very well composed individual.
Maybe she's just a sociopath. Nobody ever considered that. Sorry, she's a very nice young lady with a legendary mom. I apologize.
It's nice to think of all those Zuckerberg memes. He's not actually human. She's a robot.
Could be.
Anyways,
yeah, we go from that tribute right into like this curtain just like starts raising up, and it's just John Williams there with a little orchestra, and they go right into Leia's theme. It's just like, wow, that is incredible.
It was powerful, man. It's just it's so good. It's just so good. I mean, what can you say? I mean, that is perfect. Just
Yeah, it was like a culmination of all that work to get to that moment and being exhausted and tired and then
I
just
know.
John Williams is playing a song for you and just you could let everything go. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, he played a few.
Yeah.
I liked
some of the hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the hits.
George Lucas got to introduce him. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great night or morning. Felt like night, but it was like 10 in the morning.
pretty difficult to determine what time it was. We were so sleep deprived. I was like falling asleep in there a little bit. Like, oh God,
Yeah.
stay awake.
And then being thrust out of the room and everyone's handing out these Carrie Fisher posters and you're like, oh, I want one of those. You grabbed one and you're still a bit confused and someone's
like,
trying to buy it off you for $300 and you're like, fuck, what? What's going on? Fuck off. Let me have my poster and go to bed.
Yeah, we almost
left
just
without
walked
one.
by. And then they're like, no, they're handing out free posters. Okay.
Yeah, don't
And
leave
it
with
turns
no
out
one.
they're like, they're limited too.
They were
Only
numbered, I
8,000 of
think.
them. Yeah.
How many of them are there? 8,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I was telling somebody about it, and they kind of took the wind out of my sails. They're like, "Oh, it's like this limited edition poster." Like, "Oh yeah, how many of them were there?" I was like, "Oh, there's only 8,000." And as I was saying it, I'm like, "That sounds not impressive at all." It's like, "Oh yeah."
Well,
like,
considering there was total attendance was 70,000, pretty
Oh.
limited.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those. I was just so out of it the entire time. I wouldn't have known, and yet it's like I believe it, but I didn't know. It's like, holy shit! I hadn't realized.
The price they were fetching on eBay immediately after, I think, added to the demand for those posters.
Yeah. So fuck you, Eli. Pretty sweet get after all. Huh?
let's just keep throwing them under. Who else
Sure.
can we rattle off?
No last names. Just fuck Eli.
Yeah.
There's lots of Eli's. Fuck them all.
Yeah.
That's what I say. There. No one specific. Fuck all Eli's. How about that?
And then we had the most amazing lunch at
Oh yeah.
where did
After that, we
Olive
just
Garden.
decided to.
wasn't it?
That wasn't Olive Garden Day.
Oh, that wasn't.
was-
What was the first?
As thusly named Olive Garden Day.
Was that Checkers
was-
Day?
No, that was Popeyes.
Popeyes. Yeah, that
Popeyes
was
was day one?
That was day
Yeah.
one.
Wow. Now, folks, if there are any American listeners listening, they're like, what the fuck? These guys are excited about Popeyes? Yes, there are none in Canada. And I mean, Little Nicky really gave it this legendary reputation.
It sure did. It is the
So
shiznit.
It is indeed. So we were like, hell yeah, Popeyes. And they have like watermelon iced tea. That was like fucking sweet. I've never had that before.
All
Oh,
right.
and those are some big ass cups. That was the other thing I took from
That's
America.
true.
They have big cups in their fast food chains.
Small is just like a bucket. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so I just remember we took our Popeyes back to the hotel.
Yep.
And then we turned on some really boring movie.
yeah.
oh, I couldn't even fucking tell you. I zonked out so
Yeah.
quick.
I think we all just crashed right away after we ate.
Yep. And it wasn't that long of a sleep. It was like 3 or 4 hours, and we had to get up at like 5
Whoa.
and get walking back to line up again.
I know.
we
So
just
running on
spent
no
all day-
sleep.
Still,
Well-
still not a lot of sleep. I think there wasn't much.
And that was when we got all the snacks and we saw the line to get into the convention center.
Yeah.
And we were all shitting our pants because it was ungodly how far around that
it
building
was
that line
wrapped around
wrapped.
the building. Yeah,
It's insane.
Yeah.
We didn't think
But
we were
we-
going to get in, but we did it.
I know. At least we were a little more prepared this time because we stopped off. We smuggled in our hotel pillows,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then we went to some weird convenience store, and bought a bunch of snacks.
Which leads me back to my favorite story of the trip, I think.
Right.
Which is we go in the second day and we're getting towards the end, and if we haven't really set the scene enough, there's 70,000 people there, and when you get to the end of that line,
not quite that many inside. There was probably inside the lineup for the sleepover. There's probably 4,000 or 5,000.
Feels like 70,000.
It's a sea of people.
It's a sea of people,
Yeah.
and when you get to the end, they have the security checkpoints. There was, I think, maybe 4 or 5 or 6, so you had to kind of navigate your way into one of those lines at the end, and I think it was just due to the fact of how tired and stressed and heat stroke we were. We kind of separated. Denton was in one line, and Cam and I were in another, and it looked like Cam and I were going to get through security first.
Well, Denton refused to like move his line. He's like, I'm sticking with this line.
He did. He found a line he liked, and he didn't want to change it.
Like,
I gotta give him
man,
that.
You gotta move with you gotta find your opening, man.
Yeah.
I had developed this theory of like, you know what, a watched line never moves kind of shit. So I was like, I'll just stick with this line. I get through there. I'm not like a hurried. It's like only animals are jumping lines. Like they're all like frantic and shit. Like, no, I'm a man. I'll stay in my line. So that was my.
So Denton sticks in his line, and we yell to Denton as Cam and I get through. Denton, stay at the front. We will go get a space in line, and I'll come back and bring you there.
Did not hear that, by the way. Did not hear that.
Yeah, that's actually very important that he didn't hear that, because Cam and I went and we ran to the front and we got ourselves a space in line.
Also, by the way, there's a metal detector too, so we like had metal on our belts. So we're like, we'll take our belts off early.
Yeah. I was standing in the fucking, and I have no ass, so like my belt is crucial to keep my pants on my waist. So I'm sitting there like my fucking all my shit, like a backpack full of snacks and pillows and my belt in one hand and my pants in the other. I'm waddling through fucking security. They're like, this fucker is goddamn idiot. Anyway,
we so we look back and there's Denton holding his pants up and got all this stuff in his arms, and like, well, just wait there. So Cam and I speed walk / jog.
Yeah, like, do your belt up in line.
Do your belt up in line. Stay there. And we went and got ourselves a good spot. And I remember saying, Cam, hold this spot. Don't let anyone get too close. We need to be able to have some space for the three of us to lie down. And Cam barely looked like he was conscious at this point. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll hold the spot. I'm like, I'll go get Denton. I went back, and there was no Denton. He wasn't at the front. He wasn't in the bathroom. He wasn't in the other bathrooms. I went back to Cam. Couldn't find Denton. We were like, oh, no, there's like 6,000 people in here. Where the hell are we going to find him? We're never going to see Denton until the morning.
We have no cell service, and there's no internet either.
No way to contact each other once you're inside this place. So I figure, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go to the bathroom and we'll sort this out later. And as I'm walking down this random line, I look over and I see Denton has made camp with new people and is already sprawled out reading a book attached to himself.
I was fucking so comfy. Like, I'm kind of a little resentful for what I traded it for. Like, because I was fucking set. I had all my shit laid out. I was reading my book. I was like, you know what? I'll see him later. We'll all meet back at the hotel. If I get in, great. If not, well, them's the breaks. Like, I was perfectly content. Like, because that was the thing. I was like, I was fine with, like, okay, they got in before me. I don't want to slow them down. I'm not going to go looking for them because then then I lose my spot indefinitely. I don't have a guard. So I'm like, well, this is my life. So I set up camp. I had a good book, and away I went. And then my symbols by just starts laughing. Just
I was just so impressed at how quickly you set up a new little camp.
You're like found new people.
He wasn't even phased. He was like, "Yeah, no, it's cool. I belong with these guys now."
I asked them, "Hey, do you guys have 2 random episodes of Seinfeld on your phone?" None of them did. I was already disappointed, but I'm like, "Well, okay. You're not as good as the people I came with, but whatever. You're my family. You're my juggalos."
You're my new juggalos. Oh god, that was great. But we rescued Denton from the strangers, and we brought him back to our space, which had unfortunately been invaded by air mattresses in front and behind us. So we had this.
It got really small. I told them that we had 2 other people. I'm like, I'm with 2 other people, so just make sure you leave us a little bit of room.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, okay, for sure. And then they just proceeded to blow up like 6 air mattresses.
Fuckers. Well, because the way it was kind of set up, I think I almost refused to go with you, Mike, because like I said, I was super ready, and like then Mike's like, "Oh, we got this spot. The people around us say it's cool if you come up and like jump ahead." They said it's fine, and I was almost like, "Well, that's unfair. I'll just stay here." But I'm like, I better go. So I went. And you say rescue, that's not a great word for it, because I traded like a comfortable spot. I had some room to stretch out to, I'm not fucking kidding, no room to sleep. Like, my legs were cramped all night because it was I can't stretch out. But
all we could really do in that spot is like sit.
Yeah, it was so hard to lay down unless we spooned.
Well, I had to like lie down because in between the lines there'd be a line and it's barred off on either side, and then there's like sort of a little walkway line in between each camping line.
Yeah.
And so I was pretty much halfway in the walkway line.
Yes.
And that was the night I realized how uncomfortable the place was.
That, even though we had pillows and stuff, that night felt a little harder.
Yeah.
It's because you had 2 square feet to sleep in. That's why, like, the first night was fine. You could spread out a bit. I mean, even without pillows, I mean, again, we were talking most of the night, but we had room to spread out. We could use our backpacks as pillows if we had to. This one, having bedding was an encumbrance. It's like, well, I have nowhere to put it, so now my extra
it's just taking up space that I don't have.
Exactly. I can't position myself to use it, so fuck this. But anyway, kids next to us were like super cool. I thought they were funny.
Yeah, they were good dudes.
Yeah. Were they the ones that we inadvertently fucked over the next day? Was that night?
No.
Or was that the night after?
I kind of no.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It was the Carolina couple, right?
Yeah. It was the couple.
It was that day, like it was for that panel, but it wasn't them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was
that was awesome.
That was
it was an interesting night though. They had saber dueling going on.
Yeah.
Well, if by interesting you mean soul crushingly cringy, then it was very interesting.
Yep. Oh gosh, yeah.
I forget who. I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't remember who I was with. I'm pretty sure it's Cam. I just like turned to him and said, "You want to go watch the lightsaber fights?" About as reluctant as I've said anything. And we got up.
I went with you.
No, we went, but it was just I was like, I am so fucking like I'm dying. I have to go do something. And the only thing there was,
you gotta kind of go walk around a little bit.
you have
Yeah.
to.
But
But the only yeah.
the good thing about it is like they had little food stands and like shit set up. It wasn't like
Yeah.
you're just stuck there in a line for 12 hours. You can get up and wander a little bit.
Yeah, those vending
Yeah.
machines were being refilled hourly.
I know.
The only thing is, I mean, is either buy food or nothing. So, like
Yeah.
that was the only pastime you had if you hadn't supplied one. So yeah, that's what led to the lightsaber fighting.
Yeah.
Watching.
I was surviving on knockoff Nutri-Grain bars and knockoff Pringles.
Yeah.
Prangles or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're called.
Yeah. Oh god.
Johnson's Prangles.
I couldn't buy the real stuff. I didn't have a lot of money. I was unemployed at the time.
Yeah, like I bought a jug of iced tea, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember. The snacks are unimportant. But yeah, so we went through all that stuff, got up, and then the
Well, wait. Don't
oh.
get too far into it, because
I won't.
Because during the night, like halfway through the night, it was like 12 or 1 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson just comes into the
Right.
hall
Yeah.
to like wander around and like meet everybody. And this is what I thought Mike's favorite story was gonna be.
Yeah, this is a good one too.
You know the one now.
Yeah.
So Ryan Johnson comes in, and of course he gets pretty much everybody's attention.
Oh, of course.
Instantly.
What was the main priority for a lot of people, which was the lineups for the food, like they had a pizza line and stuff like that. Everybody's attention goes toward, oh, we can meet Ryan Johnson. So the dude who's sitting in front of us, he catches wind of this, and he's like, and then we see him get up. He's like, oh, the guy's probably gonna go try to meet Ryan Johnson. Cool. And he comes back with a pizza. And he's like, man, Ryan Johnson totally emptied the pizza line.
Yeah. He was so stoked that he's like, oh, the pizza line's shrinking. Now's my chance.
I'm about to meet the guy who directed like the next Star Wars. It's got a lot of buzz going for him. But I got some pizza earlier than expected, so that's a win.
He was very happy about that pizza.
He really
to be
was.
fair.
It was.
And that started our brief friendship with Pizza Line guy, who we don't even know his name.
Nope.
No idea. I don't think I learned anybody's name at that
No, I didn't
thing.
either.
Nope.
You kind of just talk to people. It's like you could just overhear what everybody's saying, so you just sort of chime in on their conversation.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You're all talking
we're
about Star Wars something, so it's easy to walk into
Yeah.
it.
Well, that first night we were talking about, I think it was Battlefront, and the guy's like, plus it was something about rebel
Yeah.
pilots or something. We're like, yeah. And then we just went back to our shit. I think we gave him a little bit of a time of day, but I don't know. It was weird because normally everybody there should be antisocial. You should just talk
I
to your
know.
own people, but everybody, like the one day, the girl in front of us, we were just like, I said the wrong reference, and she's like, Lost in Space. It's
Yeah.
just like, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. She just went. She's probably just so annoyed, like, oh, these fucking idiots. Like, goddamn hayseeds.
I don't know,
Sorry, Lost in Space. But anyway,
It's kind of a neat thing, though. I don't know. It's just a very communal experience.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just being a prick about it. It was kind of cool.
It's like, man, all these people are just nice because they like Star Wars.
Yeah,
We all like the same thing. Why be an asshole to them?
exactly.
And lots of them are dressed up like things that you see in the movies.
Yeah.
My favorite were the ones that didn't belong in the movies. like Batman R2 and
Oh yeah,
Mecha Droid R2. Mostly just the R2s.
I remember that one. Yeah,
Yeah. It was just funny watching somebody get in the lineup at night dressed up as like a rebel pilot. It's like, oh, you're not gonna enjoy this.
I know. Like doing the whole line in their cosplay. Like that one dude who had like the perfect Kylo Ren costume.
It was amazing.
It was like holy shit. Like, I mean, you see a lot of them, and they all kind of look like, yeah, that's pretty good. You get up close, it's like, all right. You see some of the details aren't quite there, but this guy was like, it was like straight out of the movie. Like the weave of the fabric was like exact. I'm like, holy fuck! Like it looks so good.
Well, like he kind of looked like Adam Driver
he looked
too.
Like Adam Driver a little bit when he had the mask off.
So I wonder if that dictated. He's like, "Fuck, I guess I have to be Kylo Ren now." It's like I wanted to be Old Man Luke, but I look most like Adam Driver. So,
yeah, but you could see that it was like that heavy wool like weave going on. I'm like, that guy's got to be like boiling that thing.
As cool looking as it is, like insanely uncomfortable, I'm sure. So, but all the power to him. It was the best. Like you tried to like find him like later.
I know.
Like,
I wanted to get a picture of that guy.
He was awesome.
And then, well, it was even funnier because he was like, at the one point in the lineup, we see him. He's just like sitting there, and his head is like kind of down. It's like, oh, Kylo Ren is sad.
Well, I mean, he's in character, sad Kylo Ren. That's just how he is all the time.
Pretty much.
Well, moping around. Oh, I wish my grandpa was alive. Anyway.
Anyway, and yeah, this was the lineup for the Last Jedi panel too. By the way, I don't think we mentioned that.
So, like, it was going to be world premiere of Last Jedi. First anything.
First trailer.
Right.
We were all assuming. Of course, we got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, what kind of bullshit would that be? It's like, we just got some people it's like, we got the stars to talk about it. It's like, okay. Yep. So I hope you liked hearing everybody talk about how great it was to work with everybody else. It's like, well, we kind of want to see some of the movie. Nah. You have ball washing is good enough for you. It's like, no. But no, we got our wish. Got to see some Last Jedi goodness.
You got another sweet poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Olive Garden Day.
That was Olive Garden Day. It's sweet how they revealed the poster too. They're like,
yeah,
we're gonna show you the poster, and it's like zoomed in on the like shot of Rey, and then it like pans out, and it's the full thing. And we're like, sweet. And then they're like, and you're all getting one.
And you get a poster. And you get a poster.
So we all got the first official Last Jedi poster that was ever released.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. See, and now that it's recorded on the internet forever, you won't even have to double check. When I'm on PonPon, I'll be like, I'll have an accurate appraisal of it. It's worth $5 million. So I was there. I barely remember that panel. All I remember was Olive Garden.
Yeah, that was
fun day.
That was the day that we made the walk from the hotel to the convention center like 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, we had to keep our precious posters safe. So
yeah, that's what we did.
We walked it
Right.
all the way back.
We're like, okay. Well, we didn't have much else planned after that panel, so we're like, let's just go back. We'll drop off the posters, and then we'll
Right.
go get something to eat, and then go back to the thing.
Right. Which, yeah. I mean, I'm glad we did it. Although I like have a little tear in my poster anyway, so for me that was like, well, who gives a fuck? Might as well throw this thing away. But no, yeah, I really want to get to the story about Mike fucking over the Carolina couple because that was my favorite story.
All right, well, we can get to that. I want Denton to start telling it because it's he seems most excited.
Well, I mostly just want to talk about it because like they're like
Inadvertently, I must say, like I didn't do this maliciously. Just a disclaimer.
I think I know what the story this is. That, yeah.
well, like we get up there and then in the morning everybody's like doing their like all the girls and stuff are doing their makeup and stuff. Guys are just putting on another like a different shirt. But like we get up to him, there's this girl in like adorable girl, and I think she's our age, so I'm not being like creepy, but she's adorable, and she's like wearing a BB-8 dress.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Cue as a button. She and her boyfriend are there, and
with a couple of their friends.
Yeah. Maybe they were part of that crew.
See, I think they may have been, but they were in a group of people anyways.
I couldn't remember if they were. I thought they were part of the people that were behind us with the air mattresses.
I'm pretty sure they were, but anyways.
But anyway, so they were talking, and then they turned. The first mistake they made was turning to acknowledge us. That set their destiny on the wrong path for sure. So then they're like, do you think we'll be able to get back in? And then the young lady gives us the sob story about how she's having womanly troubles. She tries to play it off. I think she tried to shock us all with like, oh, I'm having woman problems. And none of us even blinked an eye. Like, bitch, please. I've heard of periods. Anyway, so she is... Or do you want to take over from here, Mike? Or
what?
Do you want to take over this story?
Yeah,
or do you
sure.
Want me to keep telling it?
Sure. Yeah. So, as Denton set up, she looked to us and kind of mentioned that she didn't have the proper stuff to take care of those issues, and we're like, oh well, sorry, we don't have anything to help you out. And she said, oh well, our hotel is right across the street. I have some stuff there. I could probably run and grab it really quickly. Do you think they'll let us back in? And one of the key points of the story is when she was talking to us about this, her boyfriend had gone to the bathroom. So
right. I forgot that part completely.
So she was looking to us for advice, and just being dumb and maybe not thinking it through, I said, oh yeah, it should be fine. You've already got your whatever to prove that you're in here. You should be able to just run out and come back in again. And she's like, okay, that's a good idea. I think I'll go do that. I'll grab everybody's bags and I'll go run to the hotel and come back.
Oh, yeah. She had all the shit. Yeah.
So she grabbed everyone's stuff and raced out of there. And then, whatever, a minute or two goes by, the boyfriend comes back and you hear him go, oh, where's so-and-so? She what? And then he says, doesn't she know that the security lineup is like 3 miles long and it's going to take her like 4 hours to get back through security? And we just went, oh yeah, security. She's going to have to go through that again.
See, I was kind of under the impression like that if you had, because I believe this was after you got your armbands to get in.
Yeah.
That if you had your armband, you just be like, out of the way, motherfuckers, I'm getting back in. But no, everybody's waiting to get past security, and you can't just skip it if you have an armband.
Yep.
Can't leave, come back with like a knife, and then get back in. So you have to go through security again.
So the poor girl waited all night long, like overnight, to get into the thing, and then leaves, half an hour before it started? And gets
Yep.
completely fucked over by security and probably missed the panel.
Well, and then I think her boyfriend left too.
Because he went to go get her, I thought.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
so. They ended up getting back in though.
Did they?
Oh.
Oh, we did see them, but they were way back.
Oh.
I don't think it really mattered because we were in the same room, the overflow room. But yeah, it was just so funny. I was gonna say we never saw them again,
Yeah.
which would have been funnier. But
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better that I didn't completely
One-
ruin that night.
so funny.
One other thing I forgot to mention was we're sitting in line, and a lot of people had like legit camps like going on.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
there's like air mattresses and like they're like putting like sheets over, draping over the bars and stuff. Like you got a lean-to going on.
It's like a shanty town. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. But then we see this one lady walk in with like a full-size air mattress.
Yeah. And like a pump.
And then
This
just
fucking
like
yeah.
she just like hauls this huge ass mattress in. It was like already blown up. She just like plops it down and just like sits on it by herself.
Was
We're like,
that?
what?
It's like fuck you. You're taking. I'm dying over here. I wake up every half hour because my knee is dead. There's no blood in it because I'm so fucking cramped. This bitch and her family are on this life raft. I was so pissed, but because I think a family did join her eventually, right?
People
Oh,
did join her, yeah.
Maybe that day. But we saw her another time. I think this was when we were lined up for the Mark Hamill thing. But we saw her by herself on that huge ass air mattress in the Hasbro line.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that the last day.
That was a huge line too, so I'm sure that made quite a few people upset. They wanted their toys, or whatever. I don't know.
She really wanted that X-Wing pilot Luke exclusive.
It's a classic Luke.
Classic.
But yeah, I fucking love that. Just like, oh yeah, probably. It just goes away. So we're sorry, Carolina couple.
For inconveniencing you.
Well, that's what you get. It's like, oh, I'm having feminine problems. Get the fuck away from me. Get out of here.
Well, you should have planned ahead. I'm sorry. You can't expect a group of Star Wars nerds to be able to help you out in a situation, let alone that situation.
It's like, listen, you're repping in the BB-8 dress, but go away. I don't know.
Oh god. Yeah, and then was it that night after we did the steakhouse?
Yeah.
My $95 meal.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what it ended up being with my conversion rate on my Australian credit card.
Holy shit. Oh, that. See, like my big objective, like, of course it was the convention was I was there, but right on the this, like, on that same thing, they had a Portuguese or Brazilian steakhouse deal. Like,
Right.
I forget the name of it, but that was my objective for the trip. It's like, I'm fucking eating here, and and I was like, you guys, you don't have to come. Like, I saved up money specifically for it. I think it was supposed to be. Listen, their star price rating system is off, by the way, because out of 3 stars, it was 2. Meaning it's like, oh, it's not that expensive.
Well, there was only yeah.
Like, So I'm like, I'm fucking eating here, and then they're like, well, what do you guys? Yeah, you guys were asking like, well, how much do you think it'll be? I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't be much. It's only 2 stars. So
Well, we decided to look at the menu on that was posted outside to see what the prices were. There was no prices.
Right.
We thought,
there's no prices anywhere. We should have.
that was the first red flag.
Well, my first red flag was there was valet parking.
Yeah.
that was like, uh-oh.
and then no prices.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good sign. I gave you guys every out. I'm like, I just want to eat here. I really want to try a Brazilian steakhouse. I want to eat meat off a sword. It's been a dream of mine.
Well, fair
I
enough.
didn't even know what it was exactly. I was just going along. I'm like, okay.
Well, we assumed
Sure.
that you could go and look at a menu and see what the price of things were because none of us had been to a Brazilian steakhouse, so we weren't sure how it operated. So we thought, oh, we can just look at the menu and maybe Cam and I will just get something off, like the appetizer section or something like that, or go do the salad bar. Yeah, something like a cheaper option. And then Fred Armisen comes up and yammers on and fucking Portuguese for 5 minutes, and we can't understand a thing he's saying, and he keeps flipping a coaster back and forth and then walks away. Like, okay.
Well, I'll go so far to say none of us had eaten in a steakhouse before. I had never eaten in a fancy restaurant before, and this was probably bordering on that. If it wasn't considered an upscale restaurant, it was certainly trying its best.
And we're decked out in like Star Wars shirts and like
all our merch bags.
And like merch bags and
Convention.
like wearing shorts, and we just like roll up in this place.
All fucking sweaty from just sleeping and walking all day. Just like, yeah, sure, we'll have some. And just no idea what we're in for. Just, oh, okay. They treated us very well, but I mean,
Did.
they're like these hayseeds. Anyway, here's the card. Green means you want meat, red means you don't. So, fucking excellent meal. That filet mignon is probably the best thing I ever ate.
It was very good. I didn't know what was going on, so I got like a lot of stuff from the salad bar.
Yeah, same.
Is this all the food there is? Okay.
Where's the fucking meat? This is supposed to be a steakhouse, right? All there is like olives.
And as soon as they cut that first slice of meat, put it on your plate, and walked away, you went, "Oh, this is all inclusive pricing. Damn it!"
Yeah, I would. At that point, even I.
That's kind of when we figured it out.
I was kind of gambling on the fact that I'm like, you know what? I don't want to ask because look at how fancy this place is. I hope we don't have to pay per cut of meat.
Yeah.
I was just like,
is he keeping track? I've only had one slice. I shouldn't pay as much as everyone else.
Yeah. My card was red the whole time. Card was down, but very tasty meal, very expensive. Even I, who was like, yeah, I've got a little extra cash for it, was like, this is supposed to be 2 stars. This is like 5 stars prices. Okay, you lied to me, tour guide.
That was half of my merch budget.
Yeah, sorry. You're true friends, and I enjoyed the meal immensely.
Well, once we figured out what it was all about, we said, well, let's just go for broke then and eat as much as we possibly can. Yeah, more mini Yorkshire puddings, more filet mignon, more mashed potatoes. Meat like kings.
I didn't even know if I was going to be able to pay for it, but I just kept eating. It's like, well, let's hope my credit card can handle this.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did sound kind of. Yeah. No, it was all good. Well, yeah. The funniest thing to me was just how out of place. Like people were coming in with like jackets and like dresses and stuff like that, celebrating like birthdays, like
Oh yeah,
professional looking.
they're fancy,
just-
like slicked back hair and like cologne. We're just like
Cologne.
sweaty,
Yes.
sweaty Star Wars nerds, just like I like meat.
Like the thing was that I got all the information from like the Star Wars like where like the tourist info, and they're like, oh, if you go here and say you were at Star Wars, you get a free dessert or something, which I did take advantage of because I was just like so embarrassed that, oh fuck, this might not end very well. But yeah, again, it was all good, very tasty.
very, very tasty meal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had that nice $2 meal from Checkers the final night because
Oh,
we were
yeah.
all broke.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I bought not way too much, but I bought a lot of merch.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, I had a decent amount.
Same.
yeah.
Well, that was our what was that? The third day there was just our day to hang around in the show floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hung out just it was
And
just
by-
watch oh sorry.
And by hang out, I mean wait in line for another 4 hours
Yeah,
To-
no shit.
God.
just to get into the store to look at some shirts.
Yeah.
I never ended up getting those Yavin 4 lanyards that I paid for,
I know.
by the way. $60. Gone.
That's
Nothing.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. What was that? Who did the store again? Reed Pop. Thanks again, guys.
Didn't you say someone like jacked them or something?
Well, I'm assuming they did because it said it was shipped, but nothing ever came
Right.
to me. I'm still gonna blame Reed Pop though.
Just a Reed Pop executive is like, somebody is willing to pay hundreds of dollars for these on eBay. We're gonna take these back.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
found
I
my wristbands. I thought I lost all my wristbands, but I found them all a couple months ago. In my
Oh.
my passport. Apparently, that's where I kept them for
Oh, nice.
safekeeping. It's in my passport.
Nice.
I think I might have kept mine. I don't know. I have my badge still.
Yeah. I got my badge.
I've got that proudly displayed with my pin that I caught.
Yeah, me too. The
Oh,
pin
right.
I also caught, and then the guy gave me that prize to make me go away, and that was very rude.
Right.
He's like, all right, who can act the craziest? And I just started headbanging. He's like, here, you can go meet BB-8. I thought,
Oh, yeah.
oh,
That was
sweet. I get a
stupid.
photo with BB-8, the prop from the movie. So cool. No, some shitty virtual reality thing for children, and it was expired by 15 minutes. So it just got me out of the crowd, is what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Good memories. I think it was
It was yeah.
I think it was like the droid builders or something like that. That were the announcer sounded like David Lee Roth. I'm like, what? Is David Lee Roth announcing this?
He could be. I mean, I think Van Halen had broken up again at that point. They had that short-lived tour. I think that was anyway. Doesn't matter. And then just Sammy Hagar is like announcing for the other side. It's like dueling. It's like, this is the weirdest Star Wars convention ever. Just the singers of Van Halen dueling droids. What I don't know. Running out of steam. Unfunny concept. But
The floor was sweet
Wow.
though. Lots going on there.
wanted my Funko Pops, motherfucker. But,
Oh yeah, I know you were. you
You're
just
pop
kept buying
crazy.
them. It's funny.
Well, like the thing was, I kind of like I collect a Funko Pops. Yeah, I'm really cool. But anyway, so I don't know why, but I entered because I wasn't really into collecting them yet. Like I had a few,
Mhm.
but I entered randomly for the because if you wanted some of the convention exclusive ones, you had to enter a lottery. I did win, but they're like
Oh, right.
on third. Yeah, on they had one day where it's just open, which that would have been another fucking line. But
Yeah.
I think I was like, I need sleep. I think we just slept through that point, or I can't remember. We were doing something else, probably eating meals we could barely pay for. But um, but yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I barely collected them, but when we hit the show floor, I'm just like, these are all cool. I started my collection that day,
Yeah,
pretty
pretty
much. I'm just like, I'll buy these 4 things, and that was a pain in the ass because I made my backpack a carry on, and they way overfilled my backpack, so I had a stewardess had to tell me a couple times to put it under the seat in front of me, or the overhead. And I'm like, I can't do that. Just nope. Not gonna happen. So she ended up
get crushed.
she ended up having to take it from me and putting it in the overhead, like way at the front. So I'm like, well, there. You've handled that for me.
I know you just kept grabbing them. I'm like,
Well, I'd see a couple. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, oh, those are also cool. Probably a couple of them I haven't seen at home, but most of them I could have bought back in Canada, probably for better prices than con prices. But you know what? I was there.
yeah. I mean,
There,
I bought some action figures myself
sure,
that I hadn't seen around. So you got to do it.
Yeah, man.
Of course,
the con is on. You got to get it.
That's right.
Got a couple sweet shirts.
Yeah, I got some pretty cool shirts.
Yeah. The one I don't know, I'm stumbling. A hint for anybody who goes to once the next Star Wars celebration happens, if any of the listeners go, merch first day if you can swing it.
Yeah.
Pretty slim pickings by the time we got there.
Yeah.
Happy with everything I bought, but yeah, there's definitely some runner-ups in the old grab bag there. Like, well, I kind of like this.
Yeah, well, I got an awesome shirt that I didn't even know they had, so I was happy.
Sweet.
The
Rogue
Russian.
One, the Rogue One Russian poster.
That was pretty sweet.
That's cool.
Like, whoa, this is a shirt, sweet. And then even like person at the checkout was like, oh, I love that one.
Like, it's Rogue One. It's Rogue One spelled R-O backwards K upside down L.
That weird P looking thing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a cool one. I just I'm a pretty basic bitch when it came to my purchases. Just regular shirts. Just here's some art of Rey. Here's an art of Luke.
Yeah.
Actually, I really wanted this sweet, like, 80s or 70s looking Welcome to Scarif one. And then, like,
that was pretty cool. Yeah, that merch line was crazy. Remember, they wouldn't let us get in line to get in line.
We were
they
just
kept saying, no line yet. We'll tell you when you can get in line to join the line. He kept shooing us away.
It didn't make sense, but like, okay, whatever. We'll just keep waiting here then.
Okay, we'll step another step back.
Yeah, their crowd control was like, get back, the line's not for another couple hours, enjoy the convention. Not a fucking person moved. They're like, no, we want to enjoy this line.
We all knew that guy was lying.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, this will open up in 5 minutes. He'll let people in, that little rat.
Well, the thing was, he didn't. We did wait a long time to even get in the lineup. It's just that we were like, no, we're going to invest the time now, then we can get in earlier, and it'll be quicker that way. No, it was still a long
wait.
Fine, I'm happy to do it. Star Wars, you have my precious money. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I did that runner on the last day. After we got our Last Jedi panels, I got that lightning pass to skip the queue to go and see if we could get the Yavin.
Get that?
I just ran all the way to the end, and there was just some dude handing them out near the line, and it was for a specific time. I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm not waiting in line. I'll just take this.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you go? Because we were waiting for the closing ceremonies.
Was it that one?
And then
I think.
Oh, that was the Mark Hamill talk.
Mark Hamill, yeah. I think that's the one we were waiting for.
Because I ran down, I went and paid for 3 Yavin medals, which never got. Ran all the way back, joined up with you guys, and that's when we busted that dude trying to sneak into our line, and you
were going full line police.
I went full line police on him. I had done too much waiting. I was not even gonna risk letting that chucklehead get in there.
He was like trying to sidle. He was like trying to sidle in with us, be like,
by making conversation.
Yeah. With his Kylo Ren lightsaber.
He was doing a chat and cut. Before I knew it as a chat and cut, he was doing a chat and cut, and I saw that from a mile away, and I shut that shit down.
Wasn't the Kylo Ren guy? I thought the chat and cut guy was a different guy, because the Kylo Ren lightsaber guy was just insanely worried about.
Yeah, he was just a normal guy.
Lightsaber.
He was just a nice guy from South America who liked his lightsaber. But there was a different guy who was trying to sneak in by us, and I was like, no, fuck that guy.
I remember the Kylo Ren lightsaber guy. He was like, can I take this home? I just wanted to be like, I don't fucking know.
You should have thought of that before you bought it.
Well, no shit. At that point, I had been in 30 hours worth of lines. I'm like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to be in charge of your life. I hate being in charge of mine. Fucking mail your own shit. Figure it out. Yeah. Well, I paid a lot of money for this. Like, my whole we're all in this together attitude quickly vanished by third 10+ hour line. So
yeah, that was a lot of lines. But lines, for the rest of my life now, all lines seem small, so that's a benefit.
It's true.
Oh, what? 20 minutes at the bank? Fuck it, that's quick. Whatever.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh my.
That's exactly how I've adapted to. Like, it's a short line. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Every line I get in, I start rolling out sleeping bags and stuff. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, oh, sorry. I assumed that was line protocol now. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I got PLSD. It just happens.
Post-line stress disorder.
Yeah.
I fucking explained it. Over-explaining idiot. I really... Now I'm bagging on myself. I hate myself as much as that Kylo Ren lightsaber kid.
He didn't do anything wrong. He was just
not at all.
He could barely speak English.
He's just I even had the same laser sword home.
Listen, my laser sword. I ship on.
Well, like the situation was almost reversed. When Cam and I went to Spain, I bought a sword, and I was so fucking worried about getting it home. I asked the people like 3 times, like, can I can take this home, right? So he was probably the one person in that lineup. He could be like, not that he knew, but we were kindred spirits. I just I was just like, I don't know. I politely said I don't know, but was seething with rage inside, like fucking irresponsible.
We just wanted to see Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
of course. And this motherfucker cuts in. like you said. Bravo, by the way, because I wanted to say something, but my politeness was
Yeah, I
was like,
stopped
oh, this
caring
guy.
I stopped caring a long time ago about being mean to random people in public. And since then it's almost gotten me in trouble a few times, but it's worth it.
It's good. We need people like you with the fucking crowd control. Fucking the
Right.
excuse me people. The excuse me police.
Yeah, yeah, like I can't go full Larry David social assassin yet because I don't have those big of balls, but I like to work a little bit of that into my day-to-day life.
Well, you go seeking like people who are just being asses and just like, excuse me,
I
get the fuck out of here.
won't seek, but I will speak.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a department motto. Do not seek, but please do speak. The excuse me, the tedium police when fucking.
I feel like that should be my job. Go from company to company and give motivational speeches on how to speak up to assholes.
But the trick to it is you just got to be slightly like the same level of asshole or more. Like you got to be able to just confront people. That's the trick.
That is the trick.
You don't have to.
The trick is to be a dick.
It's just like
Wow.
Yeah.
All the
Wow.
rhyming.
That's a big part of my
I mean-
my 4 core secrets to success.
Excellent.
Anyways,
Wow.
yeah. 1
I
year.
think
1
that's
year.
crazy. Yeah, I know. I don't even believe it still. Because in a
No.
way, it still feels like it was last week.
It's
But-
surreal seeing all the posts pop up on the Facebook
I
group
know.
page for the convention and thinking, oh, that's so weird. I remember like standing right out next to there, and it's just a video everyone can see and wondering what it's like. And I'm thinking, yep, I sat in the line for the bathroom there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a series of places I stood for a long time. That's all. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
But well, let's not fucking beat around the bush. I hated every minute of it, but it was worth it. It was.
Yeah.
I hated every minute of it. That's all I can say.
It was totally worth it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know. It was
Oh.
just you just feel it in the air. It's like this is a good place.
I think I said this at the con. It was like seeing a bunch of people in line like that makes you, I think, immediately of a Scorpions music video. I'm just like, I just like a bunch of like sweaty people. Like, yeah, I love this. While like Scorpions are, I'm thinking specifically, hey, we could put this on the hot tracks. Scorpions, as long as we believe in love. The music video for that. The parts without the Soviet soldiers, the parts with the Russian kids enjoying the democracy the Scorpions are bringing to them. That's the part I think just the anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's fun seeing all the people like just outside of the convention center too, like walking there, just everybody scattered about outside, and like stormtroopers getting on a bus.
Yeah.
It
Or the
was
moment-
great watching.
The moment I missed, but I nearly killed you two, watching Akbar go up an escalator.
Oh, that was hilarious. That was the funniest thing I saw, I think.
Yeah. Oh, was it just? Sorry, I'm having trouble remembering. It was just him going up the escalator was really funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure when you said when he nearly killed us. I don't know.
Well, I turned
I don't know
around
what
and
I
you
was
guys were
thinking.
just laughing so uncontrollably hard. I'm like, what is it? They're like, Akbar's coming up the escalator.
Well, it was just
It was
because
really.
the like way we were you couldn't really see what was coming up the escalator,
Right, yeah.
right until the last minute. We're like right on the precipice there. So it's like, so you just see like this like Akbar head just like slowly coming up over the top, and it's just him standing there by himself. This dude like full on Admiral Akbar looked really good, but it's just like,
Oh yeah.
you just never see that in life.
Well, I mean, you want to. We keep saying surreal. Surreal is that shit coming up an escalator when you're just like talking about like, yeah, I think we'll go see the Mark Hamill. Oh my god, this a fucking alien comes up an escalator. It's the equivalent of that. So
Yeah, it was really that was just super funny.
oh yeah, I kind of remember it now. But when Mike's like, oh, it killed you guys. Just the way he said it, I thought he was talking about like he nearly killed us. I'm like, oh, I missed that.
No, it just made us laugh a lot.
Sure did. I guess I don't really remember.
I remember every time you laughed, Denton. So melodious.
Yeah, is it my weird fucking monkey laugh? It just goes up and down like a chimp. I don't know. Really. Well, we're on the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
So
it's bonus episode. It's like extra Star Wars content. It's like a present for everyone.
Well, it's a present for people who like Star. You know what? I bet you a quarter of the people are gonna like this. Like, cut out the people who don't like or know of Star Wars, which should be nobody.
No one.
If you, well, people don't know it apparently. But cut out the people who don't like Star Wars. Cut out the people who don't give a shit we went on a vacation. I mean, this is a very self-indulgent one. I love it. I think it's funny, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. This one was for us. I had a blast doing it.
Yeah, totally.
But
it was good to reminisce about some of this stuff. We haven't talked about it since, well, then.
Yeah.
No. Like I said, 1 week after was the only time I said anything about it, and it was that I can't believe it was a week ago. So, yeah. No. Yes. I keep yes. But I'm thinking wrap up time is upon us.
I think that's a good call.
Unless anybody's got anything else to add. We've been talking for so long, we've had 2 more Duran Duran updates.
I couldn't tell you anything.
No, I think that's about it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then yeah.
Are we in? Are you in for next year?
God.
Oh, put me on the spot. I want to say it depends where it is. No, of course I'm in. I mean, it's awesome. It's a fun time, and I mean, at the very least, I can try expensive restaurants.
Yeah.
So
don't worry. Next year we're going to be videotaping all of the line experiences, so we can really bring you some special content.
We'll have some special video updates. Yeah.
We'll get Denton live tweeting all the panels.
Oh fuck! I've been asked. Winnie Clark, who's been on the show before, she had this Instagram post about how like all these candles are beautiful. There's one that was kind of fucked up, and she's like, "Oh, even this candle's beautiful." And I personally messaged her. I thought it'd be like public, but it was just a personal message. I'm like, "The candle's fucking ugly," and apparently now I've been roped into Instagramming more often. So,
oh no,
yeah. So I'll be ironically Instagramming everything from Star Wars Celebration.
I didn't even take a lot of pictures for this one, but I don't know. That's a year away. It was last year that they announced it was going to be in 2019, and we're like, we have to wait 2 years.
Yeah.
And now it's half over.
Yeah, I'll be here before we know it.
It's like Christmas.
Crazy. Well, in the meantime, at least we got the new Solo Star Wars movie to look forward to.
Yes.
It's coming up soon, so we'll see how it goes. I'm optimistic.
Me too.
Awesome.
You know what? Just to be different, fuck Solo. I think it's gonna be the worst Star Wars yet. Chewbacca's stupid. I hate Lando.
Oh god. Well, thanks for having me on here, guys. It's been a blast this week for the catch up.
Yeah, you betcha.
Oh, it's great. I'm glad to have you on.
I look forward to hearing my voice for 2 hours when I listen to this later on.
Oh man.
Well, enjoy. No, it's well, let's actually wrap this up. Goodbye from me.
All right. If you made it this far, thanks so much for listening. And check out all our things like on the Facebook, and then that's just go there.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, yuck.
Maybe
leave a comment
on YouTube soon. We'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot of we'll sees. Anyway.
All right,
peace
bye.
out.